maybe I had potential for weapons. And in every situation, it's not hot. I'm not crying because I'm passionate
He's so emotional.
I'm so passionate, just want to give you that response.
I love this.
No,
that one's hot.
They're eating a wing that's butt kicking their ass. All right.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Burning Questions with Albuquerque Community Safety. My name is Jacob Silva, and today we have two guests. Our first one is a returning individual 3 times, the Director of Albuquerque Community Safety, Jodie Esquibel. And our new guest is the Executive Director of Public Safety for the City of Albuquerque, Mr. Raul Bujanda. So for those of you who don't know, Mr. Bujanda is the newest member of Albuquerque leadership for public safety. He brings a new vision, a deep background in public safety, and a big mandate to help shape the future of how the city keeps its residents safe. Thank you so much for being here, both of you, today.
Thank you.
Are you guys excited, nervous?
You know, I'm a winner, so I plan on winning. So I'm ready to start whenever you're ready.
I don't know if you heard, but it's 3-time reigning, defending.
I think that's something that you said. I don't think it was something
true.
that was actually said. You can't really claim yourself to be a champion, but anyways.
So I'll explain how it kind of works. So we have 7 wings, and each of them go up and level each wing, but with each wing we have a question.
Okay.
And so it'll be a question about public safety in Albuquerque, how our public safety departments work together, and what's coming next for the city of Albuquerque.
Is it like a truth or dare, like I can eat a wing or answer a question?
Unfortunately, no, you're going to eat the wing and answer the question.
Just want to know the rules first time.
Alrighty. So our first wing is going to be on the left-hand side. It's going to be this Texas gunpowder. It's really just pure jalapeno powder. So let's dig in.
All right.
Maybe from El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, so it should be nice and
Should
easy.
be
right?
nice and easy.
Yeah. You guys didn't flip my plate around or anything next time. Pepper.
Not too bad at first.
No.
A little tiny kick.
Oh, you're not gonna eat any more there, Joey? No, that's it? All right. We're ready.
So our first question for you, Mr. Bujanda, is we'd like to know what drew you to this role in Albuquerque, and specifically, what was the determining factor that got you here?
Yeah, so I mean, been here in the city now almost going on 5 years. That's when we moved down here. Prior role, as you may know, is I was the special agent in charge of the FBI office here for the state of New Mexico. So I was already living in the area, and I got the opportunity to serve along APD, not ACS. ACS was still kind of in the formulation of the whole process, but I definitely got to hear a lot about what was going on and what the city was trying to do with ACS, but and also just got to work also with AFR. So I had a great relationship that was already established, and when it was my time to retire, which I did with the FBI, it was an opportunity to, new challenge, right? To actually continue to give back to the community, and that was the one part that I think, because there was an in-between time, about 11 months or so, and where I really got to really think about, even though I went to go work for a different company working from home, where you start to really think about the things you liked about public safety and the things that you miss. Mm-hmm. You know, a little peppery does kind of get you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's just put like a, more like a seasoning.
Yeah, you can feel it like kind of marinating.
Well, I can't. Maybe you can.
Oh, okay.
But yes, but that was it in a nutshell. And they had the opportunity of speaking with the mayor and be able to work with the mayor again to just come back in this role to actually give back to the communities that I enjoy the most, right? So I always, and I even heard this today when people talk about, kind of distrust that we have for this department or that department. And I'm like, well, do we really? I mean, or is it just one person's opinion? I think in reality, if we all continue to do the work that we're doing every single day and having those conversations with the community, I think if you ask all the community, they're actually going to say that they really appreciate working with all the services under public safety for the city.
Oh, thank you so much. I do have a follow-up question.
Okay.
How would you describe what your job is, the Executive Director of Public Safety?
So it's kind of look at it as, I see it as a dichotomy that I have every single day, where I'm working for the mayor and in the mayor's office, and I'm working with ACS, APD, and AFR and police reform as the second half of my day. And they're intertwined. So I'm making sure that I'm giving the departments everything that they need to be able to function and do the things on a daily basis and serve the communities, you know, on the streets where it's actually happening, and at the same time make sure that I'm, you know, appropriately leading upwards so that the mayor has everything that he needs to be able to make the decisions to make our city much better.
Great, thank you. And thank you for being here.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
all of that, I'm glad that you are able to.
I'm just
come
going to
and eat
drink
some
Coke
wings.
Zero because I'm a fan, not because I need
Oh.
it or anything. Just
Hey.
putting that out there.
I know, just
Yeah,
warming up my
that's it,
throat,
that's
you know.
it. It was a little dry. That's it.
So our next wing is going to be this garlic habanero hot sauce. It's maybe a little bit more spicier than this last one. So,
Okay.
you both ready?
Ready.
Garlic habanero. It's tasty.
How would you describe the flavor?
Better than the first, flavor-wise. But I'll let Jodie take this one. Take your time.
It's good. I think it's okay. Like, I think it's okay. I think it's getting a little bit hotter, but I think overall, like, the flavor's nice.
Really? I think you need a little bit more spice. I don't know, I was just
We
waiting.
can add some more.
You know,
We
we're
could-
gonna have a few more, so we're just going to wait for those. Yeah.
I think it's nice.
Don't want to.
While we let this sauce marinate in our mouth, my next question for you, you kind of touched on it. You came from outside of the city government. What was your first impression about how Albuquerque structures its public safety, and what really surprised you?
So, I mean, the one thing I think that I surprised me right from the get-go was how busy the departments are. I mean, when you're, you know, and I'll say this and I'll probably offend some of my federal friends that are listening or watching or tuning in, but from the federal side, you get to kind of pick and choose. You're not involved in everything that's happening. You know, everything that's happening on a daily basis that are getting calls and people asking for service and help. That's not really from the federal side. You're almost kind of taking that step back and saying, I'm responsible for these 5 or 6 things. And if it's not one of these 5 or 6 things, then I'm going to go ahead and stand back and allow the local departments to kind of do their thing, which I didn't know really what that meant until I got into this role and saw what the work that is being done. There is no sitting back and kind of waiting to see if someone else is going to come and save the day. You are the ones that are saving the day on a daily basis. You can't say no to anything that comes in through the door. You have to make sure that you're addressing everything. So the first thing was the tempo. It's like, it's through the roof. I mean, it really is. I mean, we all hear about the things that are really the worst of the worst. But yeah, what you're missing is just you know, let me have a little glass of water. Not because I need it or anything,
It's
but
'cause
just, you
It's a
know,
little-
It's just
it got
started-
dry a little bit.
You got
I
a
don't know what it
little
is.
tingly on the tongue.
But while he's drinking water, I have a question for you. He's talking about the tempo. One thing, I sit in front of her office.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
She is constantly doing something, constantly out of the office, constantly coming in. And how do you think that influences not only the public perception, but also your desire of moving public safety for Albuquerque forward?
I think it's incredibly motivating. I think, as he mentioned, is that, like, there is no, like, somebody else can do it, or, like, the answer is always yes, let's figure it out. If it's not us, if it's not specifically ACS, the answer is still yes, but we're gonna problem solve that on the back end. And so maybe it's not even my problem, but it's to serve Albuquerque, to say, yes, we're gonna figure that out, but let me help you navigate Albuquerque, the city of Albuquerque, the the structure here that we have with the administration is that like we're here for the public. And so even if it's not ACS's problem, which to be honest, that scope of work for ACS is enormous, and that's okay. That's really okay because we have an answer for the community and the public that is different than we've ever had in the city before. And that's okay. The pace is okay. We ask a lot of our leadership team. We ask a lot of our responders, and I'm honored to be able to work with everybody that's part of ACS because the pace is through the roof, and we just have to do it, and it's community driven, and that makes it okay because it's making a difference.
You know, it's one of the, and building on that, it's just there was a formulation of a connective tissue between all the different departments, but they weren't connected yet. And what I've seen in just weeks, literally, that I've been here, to be able to see that starting to really come together. So it's more of a, and plus there's been like a perfect timing of all things. My role coming into is new chief of APD. You know, it's the constant of just bringing like almost like a new team, but also bringing that connective tissue so that we're all working together as one to solve the one problem that we have, which is what our communities need, right? Is making them feel safer, making them want to be comfortable in everything it is that they do, and also knowing where to go when they need assistance. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about Albuquerque Community Safety, but also public safety in general, is like it is for the community at the end of the day, and it is majority community driven.
You know, and that from that outside in, from everything that I've seen, you know, when it talks to just the overall amount of civilians that we have working within our various public safety departments, to include the technology piece, I mean, that's just, you know, leading the game. And then what ACS does on a national scale compared to what is done in other cities, even three or four times our size, is, you know, is unmatched because it's just not happening anywhere else. To be able to give that kind of resources to someone that's in need, that doesn't need the hammer of a police department, but needs a softer touch of something that they still need resources. They just need different kinds of resources, and sometimes you just need someone to talk to. That is where ACS feels something that just wasn't there before.
For sure. And that'll lead me into my next question. Before we get that, we're going to go to our next wing.
All right.
This one is called the General's Hot Sauce. It is the shape of a grenade, so it is pretty hot. I will say, I tried this last night. It's pretty vinegary, so
Okay.
we'll just keep that in mind.
So you have already tried all these, which means like it's like insider trading
Kinda,
a little bit.
a little bit.
Okay.
And actually, it looks good.
There's a lot on this.
I think it's a setup. Shh. It's almost like the Louisiana hot sauce, right? You know?
It's super vinegary. Oh, it's like a little spicy at the end. Are you thirsty? You need some water?
I am thirsty. Have to clear my throat. Try to ask these important questions. So while you are finishing that up, our next question is, do you think of ACS as a public safety department, a social services department, or something else entirely? You kind of touched on it in your previous answer.
Oh, was that it? That's the whole question?
That
I was
was
hoping it was longer. But it's something, you know, I was somewhere, you know, I went somewhere else with, you know, we were getting all this set up and talking about songs and whatnot. So you said, let me clear my throat. You know, a song like that? That goes along. I'm not going to rap for you. Right? That's why we need music and whatnot to kind of go with these messages.
Absolutely.
But as where I see it, ACS, it's public safety. And not just because that's where it falls under or what it is that we're doing, but because of what it does for the community. It's no different. I mean, it was always when we're looking at just traditional law enforcement, just going back a couple of decades, or maybe just even 1 decade ago, is that we always had a need for all the things that it is that we're doing collectively today, but we just didn't have those resources to be able to provide them, right? For everything, there was always the one solution. You call 911 and you either got fire or you got police. That was it. So all we really did is kind of answer what is that other piece that's been missing, is when it's not a solution that needs to be solved by fire and rescue, when it's not being able to be solved by police, it was now we have ACS, which is the missing piece to the puzzle that comes to public safety to make sure that you have the overall collective solution for someone that's in need.
That's a soundbite right there. That is perfectly said.
Would you have anything to add on to that?
I think that that was awesome. I came from public safety. I was a firefighter, paramedic for a really long time. I worked very like, closely with.
It's just because I wasn't finished. It was like regular. That's all it was.
I worked and responded and supported our state police special operations for a really long time. And so as a first responder myself, seeing that it's one or the other. And there was a lot of calls that I had gone on as a first responder to say like, I don't really know. As a medic, like I'm gonna take you to the ER. Like that's my scope of work. That's what I have to offer you.
Okay.
And that wasn't the right answer, right? Like it was a lot of times that we were just taking people to the ER in a tax system, that everybody is extremely busy and working really hard, and that wasn't necessarily the right resource. And so to be able to offer somebody a shelter or resources or navigation or even our peer support workers, all these different referrals and places that we can go is really important. As a first responder, I'm so thankful and grateful that Albuquerque took that leap and closed that gap to say, let's figure it out for the community. And like, wow, it's so special. Because I also know that like I myself didn't do a lot of people justice when I responded as a medic and said, well, I'll take you to the ER, when it was like they needed to go to a different location, and I wasn't helping the system, right? Like public safety in general as a full ecosystem, I wasn't helping that. And now we are.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really great. Working at ACS for almost 2 years now, I've seen like it being a national model, like a national trend of like pushing towards another branch of public safety. All right, are you guys ready for our next one?
We're ready.
So our next one is gonna be, it's like a zombie sauce. It's called
It doesn't look very
Son of a
appealing, to be
Zombie
honest. It's
wing
like all
sauce.
black. It's charred.
It's black because it has molasses in it.
Oh, okay.
So it is a little sweet, I will say. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
So ready.
Let's do it. Halfway there.
I do just have to give a shout out to my mom, because my mom did make these wings. So they are homemade with love.
I was almost going to call you a mama's boy until you said that, and then I was going to feel bad because she's the one that actually put all the work. Shut up.
You're not wrong. I definitely am a mama's boy.
I was just gonna say that.
I
Like,
had that
that's
vibe, right?
absolutely
You just
thing.
felt it.
That's
So-
a little hot though, like on the on the tongue.
But the sweetness makes it okay, I think.
About midway, I usually change to milk.
So my next question is for
the
both of you.
champion.
It's a fun question.
That was actually good. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not tasting anything anymore. Like a party on my mouth of flavors.
Our fun question is, you get one billboard anywhere in the city. What does your billboard say?
Oh, I had it, now I lost it. And whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Could be anything.
Anything.
All right. I'll let Jodie go first on this one while I drink a little sip. Let me just clear my throat. Maybe I shouldn't have eaten the whole thing.
You really like that one.
It was good until the end.
What would your billboard say?
Just because the World Cup's going on right now, and I'm a very big Spain fan. So it would be like World Cup 2026 champions, Spain. But like in a very nice graphic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's a lot of words. I'm trying to minimize the amount of words. It'd be like, well, if we're saying a lot of words, I would say, life's going to hit you hard, but always keep moving forward. And have some kind of graphic, like me, like being like Rocky. Moving forward.
I love
Or
that.
me talking to my son and saying, come on, just do it. Well, maybe
Yeah.
just do it. Yeah,
Just
that's another
do
one.
it.
Yeah, something like
I'm gonna
that.
put you on top of the Sandias,
There you go. Hey,
that.
I am a big Rocky fan since we're all just kind of putting it all out there. So yeah, ask me any question. I'll even do impersonations if you want. Maybe it's a different show.
Maybe we could put Rocky on for the people to vote for Summer of Nonviolence movie.
Ooh, there you go.
See?
Rocky 3 if we could, because that's the pinnacle. That's when you have Clubber
Okay.
Lang, Mr. T as Clubber Lang, and
Well,
and I heard a lot of I saw that Netflix special about Hulk Hogan, and I didn't know that was kind of when he was coming into his prime of being, I guess, Hulk Hogan. It was at the same time when everybody was getting onto the Mr. T vibe, which was part of Clubber Lang, which relates back to Rocky, and the reason why they even put him as the character of Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
There you go.
See? Let's
See?
do it.
I think we should really do that.
Yeah, you're
Me
waiting.
too.
I was wondering, like, if you wouldn't mind marrying me to. Anyway, let's go. Continue. I'm
was-
sorry.
that was really
I'm
good.
breaking up the whole show here.
I love that. I love it.
alrighty. So our next.
My billboard
Oh, your
would
billboard.
say-
Your
Yeah.
billboard.
Thank you, ACS.
Oh,
Aw, that's so beautiful.
I know. The
Love it.
City of Albuquerque thanks you.
you guys
also.
believe that?
Really? I do.
No, I'm
Like,
sure
thank
you
you
do.
to the responders. Thank
Yes.
you to our leadership team. Like,
But
thank
of
you.
all the things,
I know.
That
Thank
was-
you. Like, we're changing.
Okay.
That's how I think important it is to change and reimagine public safety in a city our size, and to completely go all in on it. I think it's really important. This movement and this model and this outreach and this community-driven initiatives is filtering its way throughout the country, and I think it's that important. I really do. That's what my billboard would say.
I'll say one thing
Okay.
about Jodie. Like, some people you always say, I'll call it this time because I know that's when they're up and running, or, this is when they show up at work, or definitely want to try to catch them before they leave at a certain time. I don't have any of those hesitations because she's always working. It could be a Sunday, it could be a Saturday, whatever the time is going to be. I know she's going to answer them, and she's going to be on point and ready to respond. I guess she walks and sleeps with her laptop because she can give you an answer whenever you need it. So
Yeah.
I believe the whole thank you, ACS.
And I believe that's why she's the director.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so our next one. This is my favorite hot sauce of all time.
Okay.
This one is the garlic scorpion hot sauce. It is pretty hot,
Love the names.
but it's very, very good.
Okay.
So
Garlic
Garlic
let's take this
scorpion.
bite.
So when you order wings, this is the one you would say, give me a dozen of garlic scorpions. Yeah, okay.
I say, Mom, can you make me some wings with this hot sauce?
I took a big bite of that one. That's hot.
Yeah, gotta let it. So
It's tasty.
it's pretty tasty. It does get hotter, as I said, as you.
It's pretty hot, actually, right now.
So our next question is
It's starting to burn.
Don't touch your face.
when a resident calls 911 in a crisis, there's a lot of hands that could pick up. There's a lot of hands that could pick up the call, from ACS to APD to AFR. How do you make sure that the right department responds to the call?
I mean, the first step is obviously, and this is a hard question because our dispatchers, right, they're the ones taking that call. And they're overworked, and they do an amazing job of trying to just figure out what's going on the other end and triage, what it is that's happening, to making sure that they're sending that right response. When it gets difficult, and I think this is a part, and we've had a little bit of this to come up recently, that they're saying, well, why don't you, this was completely a suicide, type of call, so why didn't just ACS respond? And then when you go and listen to the call, that was part of it, but there was also maybe mention of someone who was going to harm themselves, maybe had potential for weapons. And in every situation, it's not hot. I'm not crying because I'm passionate
He's
about
so
this.
emotional
I'm so
about it.
passionate. Just want to give you that response. It's it's because I think I lost my train of thought.
I love this.
No, it was
That one's hot.
it wasn't
It
hot.
is
was
pretty
just-
hot.
It was just tasty. It's all
It's,
it was.
it's warm.
Your mom does a great job making these. No, but it's you always have to make sure the scene is clear, and that's the one thing. At the end of the day, we love the people that work for us, all of them. And if there's any kind of hint that the situation is not safe yet, then we got to go with the people that are trained to make sure that a situation is safe. So we're going to send the police department and let us know, because we work together. That connective tissue is in place. That as soon as the PD knows that this situation is safe and you can transition to whatever service is needed, they're going to transition and they're going to remove themselves so that they can be available for the next call that's going to come in. But it starts with those very overworked dispatchers kind of making the best determination of what is needed, but at the same time making sure the situation is safe. So you're always going to, if you're going to default to safety, then you're going to probably make that initial have PD go, and then PT will actually make the referral that is needed at that point. And that's how you need to transition. You can never just go and send all of you to situations that's unsafe, because what's going to happen? Well, then you're going to say, you're going to reach out to APD because you're going to need their assistance. And not that you're going to now leave the site, but you're going to make sure that you stay on scene until things are at the point where you can go ahead and transition to the services that you provide.
Thank you.
It's not easy.
I agree. I think that's a really great answer, and you kind of like simplified it so it's like easily digestible. And because it is a very
this was not
complicated.
easily digestible.
I think one thing to add really quick on that, and something that we've done to talk about collaboration in this last, my tongue is like numb-ish, so if it sounds like I'm slurring, it's not. I'm fine. I'm not having a medical emergency. It's just a little numb. What we have done operationally, a ton of things that we've done to ensure that ACS is running. I know it's very emotional.
No, it's it's beautiful what you're saying.
Efficiently as possible is we have
Jodie, what are you putting me through?
a priority one call.
Whose idea was this?
For service, and a priority one call is somebody in active suicidal ideation without any threats of a weapon, and then the other priority one call is APD on scene. And so we prioritize when an officer gets on scene and says, hey, this is non-criminal, there's no threats here. We want to make sure that A, it's the right thing to do for our community to get ACS there immediately, and also to then relieve APD so that they can go on crime-related calls for the city. And that's an overall ecosystem of public safety for the city of Albuquerque. And that's a priority for us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, our next wing is going to be, it's called butt kicking sauce. It is pretty spicy, but yeah. Are you guys ready for this one?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
sure.
This one is a dry rub.
The last one was weak. I'm not a fan of the dry rub. We'll see.
It's very salty.
It is really salty. I'm going to ask the next question. So when something goes wrong on a call, an outcome that nobody wanted, how does accountability work across the departments?
That's a great question. That's what people always say when they need more time to think about something. Or they're eating a wing that's butt kicking their ass. All right. That wasn't bad at all. Tell your mom that was weak. Let me just have a drink. Did she make all of these?
She did, yes.
All right. Wow, that's awesome.
She's so great. She also makes Jacob breakfast burritos or burritos
Yes.
every morning.
Really?
Every morning, yep.
Mama's one. All right. All right, what's your question?
So when something goes wrong on a call,
Oh, yeah.
an outcome nobody wanted, how does accountability work across the departments?
That's the one thing when you're working in law enforcement in general, to assume that everything is always going to go right, that's just the wrong assumption. But that's why we have the trained professionals that we have, right? So you go to every scene with the steps in mind and your training in mind of all the things that you need to be done. And I know sometimes people assume that we take we cut corners or we take shortcuts when it comes to a situation. The reality is not the case. You go with what it is that you know, with your experience as well. That makes a big determination as to someone that's been at that call, on that scene, 10 times before because they've been on the department for 10 years, as opposed to this is year 2, right? And they just haven't seen a lot of different things. So they go, but to assume that everything is always going to right, that's wrong, right? Because we're going to literally unpredictable situations. And all you can do is go back to your training, do the things that you were trained to do and do them appropriately. So it's doing the right things in the right way all the time. Not just some of the time, but all the time.
Yeah.
And when something happens that is not in line with what we wanted the outcome to be, we own it. And we're transparent about it. And we have overlays of processes on top of that, right? That is part of what I oversee, which is on the APD side would be police reform, or IA, whatever you want to call it. And it's to go back and look at what is it that we did when the situation went negatively, and how did we respond, and did we do everything that we needed to do appropriately? And when we didn't, we own it, and we make that public just like we would all the victories, we put them out there. But sometimes those failures, we do the same. And at least when going back to, I guess, question number 1, like what is my job? Part of my job is to make sure that we're accountable to the people that we serve. And that's going to be foremost. So if we did something that, in the eyes of the public wasn't done appropriately, or the outcome was not something that anybody wanted, to include ourselves, we're a part of this community. It's like we're not separate from this community. Nobody just dropped us into Albuquerque and said, you guys go be ACS, go be police, go be fire. No, these departments, we are Albuquerque. We are your friends that you went to high school with, or college, or grew up in the neighborhood, or your sons, mama boys, and all that, your daughters. I mean, we are these communities. So we care about everything that happens and those outcomes, good or bad, just as much as anyone else. We didn't change all of a sudden. We don't provide some magic juice or some magic wing that we say, and all of a sudden you start thinking differently and being differently. And kind of judging yourself at a different standard. Negative. There's bad apples out there. I'm not going to be blind to that. My goal is to kind of get rid of those bad apples because there's so few of them, and it's easy to kind of get rid of those that are doing the wrong thing and let us all focus on doing the right things and just being transparent. 100%. At the end of the day, it's just being transparent. We're not here to hide anything. We hope that we always do everything the right way. Even when things go bad, it wasn't because of bad intentions. It's just things happen.
Thank you. And we have one more wing, so we're just going to try this wing, and then we'll be finished.
All right.
Ready?
What is this?
So this isn't, I can't remember. It's like a habanero one. Bam habanero sweet heat barbecue rub. When my mom makes this one, these ones are really, really hot for me. So.
This is the hottest, right? It doesn't
Yes.
sound like it'd be that hot. It sounds almost like it'd be flavorful. And it's from Texas. Look, it's got longhorn.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Are you stalling?
That was admiring. I was just stalling.
Okay.
Hey, eat that one. I think these were a little too long in the oven. Tell your mom.
This one was really sweet,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
so maybe she lied to me.
Mom would never.
So I think since I'm eating the most of this, I'm the winner. No, doesn't work
Yeah,
that way?
we'll say that you're the winner.
All right, thank you. I feel much better about this.
Well, you guys both made it through
All right.
the burning questions. So thank you both for coming and answering all of these questions, and we hope that you guys continue to do the great work that you are doing for the residents of Albuquerque.
Oh, that was easy. Is that any question after eating the hottest?
Not this one, no.
All right. See, and I didn't even finish all of my Coke Zero or touch the milk.
See?
Definitely.
So how do you feel? Do you feel accomplished?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was a little intimidated going into this. I had seen some of the previous videos, and obviously Raul Medina can't eat anything spicy, so at least I can give him a hard time about that. And feel good.
I thought you did great.
Yeah, and you've done this 3 different times, and you barely even touched yours, so yeah,
Alrighty.
liking it.
Well, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And I hope your stomach is okay after.
With the Pepsid that you
Yeah,
preloaded, you know.
That should be fine.
Great.
Awesome. Thank
Thanks. Jodie.
Oh, wow.
there it is.
Get
Dude,
that on film.
I was like,
Are we still rolling?
I was like waiting for this to. I was like, I need a cough
You're like, there's
so
no more
bad.
questions.